This is all getting cut. Anyway, go Nate.
Welcome to Movie the Podcast. That's right, Movie the Podcast. We watched
Oh,
a movie about a place with people
yeah,
inside it,
that's
but
true.
people outside it too, and stuff
Yeah,
that happened.
and yeah, a house named after the goddess of the hunt, I believe. I think that's who Artemis is.
Yeah,
If
and
I,
also of wisdom. She's a goddess of like 25 things, so,
I,
Oh, I
I, I
thought it
whatever.
was
don't
named
be in,
after Kevin
don't be.
Kline's Fran's character in
Uh,
Wild
d d
Wild
oh yeah,
West.
hell yeah.
That's
Don't be
funny.
impressed by my mythological knowledge. I'm literally only pulling it from fucking the Hades
Hades.
video game. Yeah. Great game though. That game's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, great game. Yeah.
Also, the art in that game, brilliant. All the
Yeah.
care. I love the art in that game. Yeah, we watched Hotel Artemis. I'm gonna bury the lead. This is two movies in a row that I'm very conflicted on. This in
Yeah.
differing.
It's a perfect double bill, honestly. Like you could watch these back to back and be like, I am edging through both movies.
Yeah, I
Well,
will.
one's
Yeah,
like a spectacle and not a movie, and one's like trying really hard to be a movie but never quite gets there.
it's yeah, and this is one of the rare times like you don't really see this that much in movies just in general, but this is a one and done director. He wrote and directed this. He never directed another movie after this. But he did write
It's a real Bush
he wrote
memoir situation.
he he wrote
The
Iron Man
Constantine.
3. He wrote Iron Man 3, which I swore if you put a gun to my head, I'm like, oh, Shane Black wrote that. No, he just directed it. He didn't write it. I was shocked. I think Shane Black had a story by credit, but he didn't write the actual movie. Which, by the way, that is the shit, man. Like, give me like,
It's the best Iron Man
It's
movie.
it's
well, no, I
top
just mean
five
like
Marvel movies.
I'm talking about being a writer in Hollywood and you just do the story. Like I could give you the story all day if I don't have
Yeah.
to like come up with the bones of the thing.
Well, the
All
story
right.
by
How about
credit can be
this?
like, we got drunk and I told you what I think the
Right.
movie could be about.
Exactly. Yeah, sign me up for that shit.
I mean, Dan O'Bannon's been getting like posthumous story credits for the last 30 years on those Alien movies.
I didn't
What
know he
about
was
his
I
what
didn't
about
know
his
he was dead.
brothers, Ed and Charles?
Well, shout out to Ed O'Bannon, why college athletes get paid now. So God love him, labor hero Ed O'Bannon.
Hell yeah. Anyway, what did y'all watch this week?
Geez, I just watched a whole bunch of Christmas movies,
Hell yeah, 'tis the season,
like
motherfuckers.
probably like a dozen of them. So I'm not going to talk about any of them. I've
Crazy.
talked about
Is
pretty
there
much all of them
is there
before.
one that has that is outshined the rest?
I mean, there's a movie I've talked about for the past couple of years that we just stumbled on called A Christmas Karen,
Oh, I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
which is fucking hilarious. Like really stupid, but really funny. I think all you would get a kick out of it, but I know y'all don't watch Christmas movies, so
I'll watch
no
it.
no
I
kicks
hate
will be had.
I hate Christmas.
It's for free on like if you search through like Roku or a Fire Stick, it comes up as free. I forget who has it,
All right.
but it's an absolute banger. At the end, like it's a Christmas Carol, like it's the same story, but this woman is a modern day awful entitled mid-50s white Karen instead of Ebenezer Scrooge. And at the end, instead of Tiny Tim getting food or whatever, she gives the girl that has cancer a skateboard as a Christmas gift that when the girl flips it over has a huge naked anime girl with like gigantic boobs.
Hell
And
yeah.
it's so funny. It's so funny. The whole thing's funny. It's a really good parody spoof.
Hey,
Although
for
there's probably
Christmas,
a little bit too much Christmas Carol like spoofs now because it's all public domain and shit. And anybody can
Yeah,
just do
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I hate that we're seeing all these like Winnie the Pooh and Popeye like horror movies. Like
Yeah.
oh yeah,
What
it's
what a
sad.
it's so fucking stupid. Just because
yeah.
it's public domain doesn't mean you need to make like an edgy horror remake of it.
Also, shocking no one. I've watched those Winnie the Pooh movies. They are like so fucking bad. And they're not even like funny bad or like, hey, this is like a goofy movie. They're like just unwatchable trash. Like it's so bad.
I have a Christmas request, since Alec mentioned Christmas. Would you guys, because we're never going to get to this and we'll never be able to get out of it because nobody's in this movie but these five people. Do you guys want to watch Brain Candy maybe for Christmas or New Year's?
I haven't seen that in years. I
I
would
mean,
love
I'd be
to.
fine with it. We do have kind of a no comedies policy on this show.
Hmm.
They're kind of hard to review, but we it could be a Christmas miracle. Sure, I don't care. It's fine with
Christmas
me.
miracle.
It's kind of a. It's also
I don't
kind of
give
a
I don't give a
trenchant
fucking
satire
shit.
on our current times. What with big
Yeah.
pharma and everything.
Yeah, true. Stummies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. I've been trying to figure out how to get to it. It's just like we're not getting a lot of Bruce McCullough movies, so it's like
Yeah, I mean, I feel like what's his
Dave
name?
Foley
Yeah,
would be
Foley's
the-
got to be in
Dave
stuff.
Foley's
Yeah.
been in stuff. Yeah,
He's not in a lot of movies though. He's in a ton of
That's-
TV
yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
like I know Kevin
McDonald.
fuck. McDonald was in Lilo and Stitch, but again, like how are we getting there? And also, I don't think anybody but maybe me or Alec would want to watch that movie.
I like that movie.
The new one or the
No,
I
the animated one.
I haven't seen the new one.
The cartoon.
oh.
I like cartoons.
Uh,
All right,
sorry,
Alec. So just Christmas stuff.
Yep, just Christmas stuff and Hotel Artemis. Nate.
I watched three things.
Three things.
The first thing I watched is I went to the movie theater last Friday at 11:30 in the morning, and I didn't leave until 4:30 because I watched Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair.
Ah, you watched
Oh,
it.
shit.
Yes, I watched it myself months ago because I stole it off the internet. What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I think a lot of it is I hadn't really watched all of it
Yeah.
since maybe 2008.
Yeah,
So just some of my maturing as a person and sort of the way that the movie is dealing with, hey, this is all about shitty bosses and people underestimating women, and those are the thesis of the movie. But
Yeah.
Tarantino's also kind of a dick. So
I know what I wanted. Did they show that like Fortnite movie in front of it? Didn't
They-
they make?
it was supposed to be a post credits thing, and I
Oh.
left before that because I was
Yeah,
like,
I
I read
would-
about it. I was like, I have zero interest in ruining this experience by checking out a Fortnite related thing. Like,
There
no,
was,
thank
like,
you.
Yeah, apparently they did like a whole mini movie with the bride, and it's Gogo's sister going after the bride, but it's all done in like Fortnite graphics. I was like, that sounds like a nightmare.
Well,
Why
it's
would
supposed to be about her, how she loses the pussy wagon or something. And it's like, but she didn't have it when she was in Japan anyway, so I don't know why
Yeah.
we care. Like, I didn't. That was
Yeah.
that's a very like solo level, like not a question
Yeah.
I had needed answered.
no.
But I thought it was
Nate,
fun.
is Michael
Did-
Jai White in this cut of it, or is he excised from that as well?
Oh,
If it's the same version that I watched, he's not in it.
yeah, I
either.
don't think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the only thing that was added was they add like 10 more minutes of animation to O-Ren Ishii's like backstory, where
And that part's totally new. That wasn't even in the version that was on the internet. That's completely new.
Yeah, it's very cool because she like takes out a guy in an elevator and blows him up with grenades and shit. It was neat. I think mostly it was just sort of interesting to me how quaint it feels now in 2025 too, where it's like this movie that I felt like was ultra violent in its own way, just doesn't feel. I mean, it feels less violent than most of the horror movies I've watched in the last calendar year, much less
True.
campy action films. So. But it's just a good movie. I don't know. It's a really
Yeah.
cool thing, and I think that the other thing I took away from it is the first times I watched it, I think that the charm of Carradine sort of worked on me, where I was like, oh, Bill's not so bad. He's like this complicated guy. This time I watched it, I was like, oh no, Bill's just a grade A super asshole, and this is what he
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
He monologues when he wants what he wants, and then he abuses people, and that's it. So. It was good for me to watch it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was cool to go sit in a movie theater for that long, have a little intermission and everything. It's a good time.
Maybe you don't have the same perspective because you hadn't watched it in so long. But what I walked away from it, I mean, I still enjoyed it, but like I felt like watching it all together, I didn't really gain anything. I almost felt like it worked better as two separate movies.
Yeah, I don't know that I
'Cause-
gained anything specifically other than hey, these contrast each other in I guess a
Mhm.
more interesting way when they're put back to back, but I could have done that
Like,
watching both movies back to back pretty easily. Um I watched Hour of the Wolf, which is
Oh,
another old
hell
Bergman movie.
yeah. Yeah, I love that movie.
And that's a trip because it's like a psychological horror thing where Max von Sydow is an artist on an island. I came away with the thesis that like don't go to white people islands.
Yeah,
They're always
probably a
going to
good
be
idea.
murderous or
Probably a
culty or
good
drive you
idea.
crazy.
Well, white people don't belong on islands. That's why they're always so fucked up when they
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah, because this is like a movie about isolation and then like his past all manifests back on him in the form of all these kind of weird people who may or may not actually be there. It's neat because they don't answer all the questions. And he kills a kid in it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Like there's just a
Hot,
bunch of shit that's like, whoa, this is
hot
a lot of
take.
movie.
It might be my favorite Bergman movie, but I know that's not a very popular opinion, but I fucking love that movie. It was also my first Bergman movie that I ever watched, and I think that's probably why it holds such a high place in my ranking.
But it has all of Bergman's, you know, traditional stuff, right? Like we're gonna
Oh yeah.
put a character with one dead tree in the foreground, and someone is going to seemingly appear from nowhere with information, and everything's ominous all the time. It's just great, but it also has this kind of interesting like pseudo documentary book ending to it, where they're interviewing the guy's wife about what happened to him and everything. It's so inventive. It's one of those things where you're like, fuck, this movie's from 1968, and it's more interesting than anything. Like nobody bothers to come up with movies like this.
Oh yeah. Have you seen Persona?
Yes, yeah, I
Yeah,
love
yeah, I really
Persona.
like Persona.
Yeah. And then the other thing I watched was Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, which I watched for my other podcast because we did a
What
Mamma
is
Mia
that?
episode. It's just the sequel to Mamma Mia, so
I don't even. What's Mama? Oh, that's a musical,
yeah,
right?
Mamma Mia is
Yeah.
like
The
the
ABBA
jukebox
musical.
musical, yeah, where like Pierce Brosnan and
There's
uh,
there's no way
Meryl
you
Streep.
don't know what Mamma Mia is.
It took me a second. I knew I didn't recognize it off the break. I don't know anything about musicals.
But yeah, the sequel was fun. I don't know. It was like more campy than the first one in a way that made me respect it more, where it was like, it knows what it is. It's not trying to even act like it's being a respectable thing. It's just because jukebox musicals are that way, right? Like you aren't writing songs that have plot in them. You're just trying to mold plot around
You're trying
songs
to
with lyrics that sort of
fit.
work.
You're trying to fit all the songs in there somehow.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like that or like Across the Universe is another one where it's like, oh, if you ignore that the plot is there mostly like a porno where it's like we're not really here
Yeah,
for this. We're here for them to
it's
do the songs that we like.
it's so funny you bring that movie up. Man, I forgot all about that movie. I dated a girl briefly that was like her favorite movie, and I tried to watch it, and I was like, it was okay. I like it did not jive with me at all.
I had a
Like
very
I was.
similar experience where like a girl I was kind of seeing slash hooking up with, we watched that movie one night, and that's pretty much all of my affinity for it comes from like, oh, well, we were hanging out in bed, so it was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
This
it's
was a great
cool.
movie, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, it's fine. She's like, well, you like the Beatles, right? I'm like, yeah. And then I watched that. I was like, oh, maybe I don't like the Beatles
Yeah, I have all the Beatles in the world. But that's all I got. Sean,
anymore.
Oh, I watched two things, believe it or
Two
not.
things?
two
Hell
things.
yeah.
One of
Unlikely,
them
Sean. Two things.
kind of ties in a little bit to Tarantino in a way. I rewatched Vanishing Point, which is like one of my
Oh,
favorite
nice.
70s
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of car
hell
movies.
yeah.
Great.
Barry Newman and Cleavon Little as Super Soul, the blind DJ. I am a sucker for, and I believe this only happens in two movies that I can think of, but they're both from the 70s, where a DJ sort of narrates the movie as it's happening.
Yeah,
Like the
that
DJ is involved.
Do the right thing
Warriors.
also.
Oh, do the right thing. There you go, Nate.
Yeah.
But it's what's her face? Oh, not Della Reese. What is the from Carmen Sandiego? What is her name?
Oh,
What is that lady's
Chief's name?
Yeah,
I can't think of her name.
Lynn Thigpen.
Yes.
That's her name.
Nice. Good
Yeah,
good pull.
attention boppers. Like I love that. I love car movies. It has homosexual characters in this that aren't a joke. In 1971 or whatever, it has that white Challenger that's
Hell yeah.
in shit. What is Death Proof?
Oh,
Death
yeah,
Proof,
yeah.
yeah.
hmm
I love those movies, man. Like, you know, it's you talk about an A to B movie. It's literally about getting a car from one side of the country to the other. So like, it's great. Like if you like 70s exploitation movies or just car movies in general, you'll like that. Also, after watching Hotel Artemis, I watched Strange Days again, which I mean, I think we did an episode on Strange Days and we talked
Yeah.
about it a lot.
Yeah, I
Because
love that movie.
I think a lot of the stuff I kind of have problems with Hotel Artemis are done in Strange Days, and like they carry
Yeah.
a similar amount of kind of like plot relevance, but I think it's done better in Strange Days than is in Hotel Artemis. But we can get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, I see
Nate,
where you're going.
were you on the Strange Days one?
I was I?
That was like
I
2
don't-
years ago.
Yeah, I don't
That
think
was like
so.
almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, I
God,
probably
that's crazy.
wasn't, but I remember like I think that you guys talking about it made me go back and watch it again, and I was just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, this movie fucking rocks. Like I forgot
Catherine,
that was one of those
Catherine-
weird video cassettes that I remember from being a teenager and seeing it in the video store and going like, I don't know if am I allowed to rent this movie? And then it's amazing.
when we were talking about like how there's not that much cyberpunk media, I feel like Strange Days definitely falls into like the good cyberpunk media category.
Oh,
I definitely
yeah.
categorize that as a cyberpunk movie.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I also had Sanjuro on while I was doing something else. I mean, I wasn't watching it, but I've seen it 100 times. That movie fucking rules. And I do have. I'm gonna report back, but I found when I was like unpacking some stuff, this box set of Marvel animated movies that I have, like Next Avengers. There's a Doctor Strange.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't know if they're any good. I feel like Alec might be the only one that's seen these things. If anybody has,
When are they from? Are they like the recent ones or like the ones
No,
from
they're-
like mid aughts?
I would say the mid aughts just by looking at it. It must have been around the time when Young Avengers came out because I think that's what this one is sort of referencing.
Those ones that came out like
2008.
they came out like right before the MCU like
Yes.
smashed.
Yeah. Have you seen them?
I feel like I have. I would have to see like if you send me pictures of the covers, I'll let you know. I can let you know. The
Okay.
covers usually help me identify the shit that I've seen as far as animated. Because I've seen so many Marvel animated things, like it's hard to keep track.
They never really seemed like they carried out like a whole lot of animated stuff. I mean, I guess they
Yeah.
probably have, but not to the extent like DC seemed to really lean into it.
Yeah, Marvel's animated stuff overall is way more misses than hits.
Yeah, for sure.
And they never did a ton of like the movies. Most of it was like Saturday morning cartoons or after school cartoons.
I mean, the X-Men and Spider-Man cartoon were both pretty good.
Yeah, I mean the X-Men cartoon is still good.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that new season to come out.
Yeah, that X-Men '97 was great.
Hopefully
I
they
still can't get over that fucking Genosha episode. How fucking awesome it was.
Oh yeah.
I was
yeah.
like on the edge of my seat, like it was a fucking movie. Like it
Hopefully
was so good.
firing Bro for whatever was going on with him doesn't make the show shittier.
No, hopefully not. Also, that guy apparently had a pass. You know that Blade movie that'll probably never come out.
Yeah.
So like that script has been rewritten like 5 different times, but his pass basically was Blade meets the Raid. So like Blade has to,
I'm in.
and
Yeah,
it
that
was
sounds
like,
great.
basically like Blade has to like protect these tenants. Where like instead of take out the drug dealing cartel in the Raid and cabal of vampires, I'm like make that. Like I would watch that in a second. I mean, I know we've already gotten the dread movie that was just the Raid, but just keep making, you know how like the Die Hard was a formula.
Yeah.
Like the Raid with other people, I'll just watch it every time.
Yeah. It's just like a John Wick butt. You know what I mean? The
Right,
Raid
exactly.
butt. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I've definitely seen that Ultimate Avengers one because I think me and TJ had that when we lived together.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
That because I was so excited for it, and then it kind of sucked. Because that Ultimate story is like probably the best Avengers story since I've been alive.
It's one of my favorite comics.
Yeah, Ultimates 2. That shit fucking rocked.
What do you think this A stands for? France?
That shit's awesome.
That was so cool. That's like one of the coolest fucking lines. I mean, really, like I know we've talked about this a billion times, but like the Ultimates was the fucking the bones of the MCU. Like all those the personalities in the Ultimates are the movie personalities more or less. You know what I mean?
Yep. And that comic fucking rocked. I still have the hardback second Ultimates 2
Yeah, I got
And
both
that
of them.
shit's
Yeah.
awesome. I remember me and you were living together when that came out, and I think we'd go to Cosmic Comics hoping it would be out every week because they kept delaying the shit out of like the last like two or three
Yeah,
issues.
Is
especially
Ultimate Team
the second one.
the Joe Mad ones, or did he do
No,
that
that's
later?
three.
No,
Okay.
that's like 3 and
It's
Ultimatum and all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah, that shit
the
sucked.
so you went from
The Mark
Brian
it's
Hitch did
Millar,
the
right?
first one, right?
yeah, Brian Hitch, Mark Miller did 1 and 2, and then they went. This is like this is like going from Frank Herbert through his fucking goofy ass son. They went from Hitch and Miller to Joe Madureira, or however you say his name, and Jeff Loeb.
Yeah.
Like it's so bad. They're like Jeff Lowe's big idea. Hey, why don't we make Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch fuck? And like it's not like it's not like a joke. Like we're actually gonna do it.
But
Here's
they
the
like
thing. We
carried that
show it.
over into other stuff.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, anything else, Sean?
No, that was it. TJ.
I watched one thing and it was really weird and I really liked it. It's another classic Japanese art film that lasts 55 minutes, which is the best.
Still time to pee before the end of the hour.
I know, right? I think I talked about one of this guy's other movies a few weeks ago called Burst City, which is another like weird 80s Japanese, like kind of black and white cyberpunk-esque kind of movie. I watched his movie that's called Electric Dragon 80,000 Volts. I have no idea what happened to this movie. This movie has like 3 lines of dialogue. It is impossible to follow. It's about 2 guys that get electrical powers when they're kids. Like one kid climbs up a electrical pole and gets hit by lightning, and then I forget how the other guy gets his electrical powers. The one guy becomes a boxer.
Is he
But then
bitten by a radioactive lightning bolt?
that would be amazing. So one guy becomes a boxer, but then he's not I don't know. They don't really get it. Nothing in this movie is explained or really showed beyond like one scene. But anyway, he's a boxer, but then he goes home and he bolts himself down to a table and shocks himself because I guess that's how he stays alive. But then he also plays guitar because that's electric. And he just kind of shreds in his room. It's fucking awesome. And then the other guy, he's like half Buddha. Like he's got a really cool mask. His half of his face is like a Buddha mask, and then the other half, and he also he fights mobsters. and, and anyway, this culminates in the 2 of them fighting, and then the movie just kind of ends. I loved it. One, it looks incredible. Like I know we say this all the time. This is a fucking movie. I mean, this is exactly how I watched the first time I ever saw. I probably said this on the show. I've definitely told you guys Analog. I know I talked about this with Sean, but one of my favorite movies is Tetsuo the Iron Man. And the first time I ever saw Tetsuo the Iron Man, I was at the 930 Club in DC, and I was at a KMFDM show, and they were playing it on the bar, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? I have to see this movie." And they're like, "Oh, it's Tetsuo the Iron Man." This Electric Dragon 8000, which also is basically lost media, it's impossible to find. Of course, I found it, but like, there's no Blu-ray, there's no DVD. Like it's like lost to like VHS. Like it's impossible to find, which really sucks. Because it's a ton of fun. But this is the perfect movie to put on in the background, like at a party or something, because like visually, like it looks incredible. It's very like staunch black and white. Like all the photography looks really good, and it gets really weird. And like at the end, when the 2 guys fight, like there's literal like word bubbles that like take up the whole screen, and like it's fucking visually like one of the most insane things I've ever seen. I loved it. Also, any movie that has a guy playing guitar, like I'm gonna kind of like, even if it's bad. Like, and there's one point in the movie where somebody breaks his guitar and he reassembles it in like the most hilarious way possible. Probably not funny to non-guitar players, but he like screws the like fretboard together with actual like bolts and screws. I don't know. I fucking loved it. If you can track it down on the darker corners of the internet and have 55 minutes to spare, watch it. Don't worry about turning the subtitles on because there's almost no talking. There's very little talking. You could definitely get by not speak Japanese and understand just about as much as I did from this movie. But it's great. The guy that
TJ's gonna hate me, but Shinya Tsukamoto, my two favorite movies of his. Not that anybody asked, but I'm gonna say it anyway because God knows I can't shut
I
up.
mean, I love all of his movies.
Or
So.
Tokyo Fist and Killing. I think Killing's like a
Oh,
masterpiece.
why would I be mad at you for that? I think they're both fantastic. Also, no one talks about Killing. I didn't even know you watched it. I thought that
Yeah.
movie was fucking brilliant. Like I loved it.
The Pacifist Samurai movie, hell yeah.
Dude, it was so good. And like I no one talks about that movie. I thought it was fantastic.
Do people generally talk about Shinya Tsukamoto movies like
I mean,
full
not people.
stop?
I don't mean like people I know. I mean like in
Oh, you mean
like
like movie people?
film
Yeah, okay.
people because like his
Yeah.
name does get thrown around a lot in like film snob groups, but like specifically they only ever talk about Tetsuo and sometimes Tokyo Fist gets brought up, but nobody brings up like Snake of June, which I think is really fucking good. Gemini, which is really fucking good. Vital, which I really like. The Killing, I thought, is one of his best movies, like period. And he did a movie I think I talked about on the show called Haze that I really liked, which was like again very short. Like I think that's the thing I like the most about most of Tsukamoto's films. I mean, the guy, just to be clear, the guy that made Electric Dragon 80,000 volts is named Giryu Ishii, who is great. But Tsukamoto's movies are usually like very, very short. Tetsuo the Iron Man is I think 58 minutes long. You know what I mean? Like that Haze movie is like 52 minutes long. But Haze is weird because it's like you don't know what it's about, but then once you find at the end of the movie, spoilers, it's kind of like a Saw movie from from a different perspective. It's fucking weird. I love that guy. I'm a huge fan of Shinya Tsukamoto.
Nate, watch Killing. I want to hear what you think. It's like it's within the last 10 years. It's I don't know 2016 ish.
I'll put it on the Plex if it's not already there. I think that was in that box set, right, Sean? That's how you saw it. Yeah,
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, that box set rocks. But anyway, that's all I watched. I had like aspirations to watch another movie after Hotel Artemis, but I fell asleep.
I did watch another episode of Neon Genesis Evangelion, which I think is now my favorite episode of the show so far, which is, there's plenty to go. But it was episode 11, which is the power goes out and everybody's kind of stuck in these mini bottle episode things. And I was just and also like the angel that attacks is like the spider angel that you really only see the legs for most of it. Yeah. I just thought it was so inventive, and I love when animation does that, when it surprises me, where I'm like, oh, you've established the formula and now you're breaking it, and I love you for it. So,
Nate, is this your first viewing?
It is,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So once you I already told you that after you get through all your Evangelion stuff, like you got to watch the rebuilds and all that, but you also need to watch all the live action Hideki Anno movies that have come out lately. Like you've seen Shin Godzilla, right?
Yes, yeah. But I would like to watch it again.
Having seen Ava now and watching Shin Godzilla, you see how much Ava is in Shin Godzilla. Like the shots of all the tanks and missiles and stuff going at him, like that is right at Ava. I feel like but yeah, you got to watch Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider. Both of those are fantastic.
Hell yeah,
like
okay.
Shin Kamen Rider, I thought was like again completely insane. Also, Shinya Tsukamoto is in I think all three. He's definitely in Shin Godzilla, and he's in Shin Kamen Rider.
Did you ever read Anno's Weiss graphic novel about him?
No, I heard it was really good. But
yeah,
no, I haven't read that, and there's a couple of things that he made. Like I put it on the Plex like a year ago, but he made a live action movie called Ritual that's supposed to be very good, but I haven't watched that yet. We lost out.
Oh, yeah, he's tapped out on the weeb shit. We got to replace him with Miles Garrett. He's like some kind of shit. Did you guys know, because somebody brought up Sterling K. Brown, did you know he's in a Voltron movie that's like in post-production? Like it's
currently?
Really?
Wow.
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Anno needs to make a Macross movie. Like if they're ever going to make a live-action Macross movie, he should do that.
I would watch that in a second. Yeah, more about Sterling K. Brown here in a second, because he's very good in this fucking movie.
He is.
I have my issues with this movie, but Alex said it analog. Why is Sterling K. Brown not in more movies? The guy is just electric. Like he's just great. He's got so much charisma.
When he
He
And
had
like
says
another
when
like
he says I'm trying really hard to keep myself to myself or
yeah.
whatever he
Yeah.
says, it's the coolest fucking like
I
don't fuck
mean,
with me line that I've heard in my
No,
life.
I'm gonna call you on that and raise you. That's fucking gross. That like that Predator line that he has. Remember where he's like,
oh yeah,
"Well, that's actually yeah, but I know Predator sounds cooler. We voted." Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's so good though. Like in my opinion, I mean, I think most of the performances are pretty good in this. Charlie Day, I think, is not very good in this movie, and I
No.
love Charlie Day.
I like him because he's doing like mid 80s Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Tony
the
maybe,
Stark
I
was
can't.
coked out all the time.
I didn't need the voice.
No, that's fair.
but I thought Sterling K. Brown kind of held the movie together. He was the
Yeah,
reason why
he's
I
not in
stayed.
it enough.
Yeah, he's the reason I stayed
That's
interested.
most of the
in
problem with the
film.
movie is we don't have a single perspective character to
I
connect
feel like,
to.
you know,
The-
before we get into the movie, before Alec gets back, like when it comes to Sterling
He's
K.
back.
Brown, I
Alex
feel
back.
like, oh,
Alex
hey, Alec,
back.
I feel like there was like this push for the next kind of like a black lead actor between him and John David Washington, and they were like, how about neither? And we just put more white people in movies. Like it feels like that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of dropped off because I feel like they were kind of like structurally interchangeable in movies for a little bit. Like, you know, you got one or the
Yeah.
other,
Yeah,
and now it's
true.
just like, eh.
And both of them are great. I like both
Yeah.
those actors quite a lot.
I give it to Sterling K. Brown on the voice though.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
All right, Nate. What the hell happened in this goddamn movie?
It's June 21st, 2028, and Los Angeles is rioting because the water has been privatized. And we only know that because you have to pay attention to all of the tiny little snippets of newscasts that occur almost too quickly to read. But we do know that. People are rioting. And Sterling K. Brown and his brother are robbing a bank. And for some reason, this is my first beef with this movie. Sterling K. Brown raises his mask to be like, okay, 5 minutes. Why the fuck are you wearing a mask if you're going to raise it while you're facing all the people that you're holding hostage?
Also,
I did like the
weird
mask
question,
though.
are they wearing Casey Jones masks from like some
They were like
version of the
MF Doom
Turtles?
Casey Jones masks kind of
Yeah.
things. Yeah. But yeah, not a huge deal. But they're robbing the bank. They figure out they can't get into the vault because corporate blah blah blah. The movie begins doing the thing where people just can't do stuff because the movie won't let them, so it's forcing them. Which is pretty much what the movie will do the entire time.
Yeah.
But that's cool. The hotel is as much a character as anybody in the movie. So they're going through the robbery. They get through. They get all this stuff, and his brother steals a fancy pen from a guy who says, "You don't want that. It's bad news. Don't take my pen." And he's like, "I'm stupid. I'm going to take the pen anyway because the movie needs to happen." They get out of the bank. They're in an alley with their two other accomplices, and for some reason, they see cops coming to deal with the rioters who are disinterested in them, and they stand there and draw their guns on them. And then they get into a firefight where instead of getting behind the dumpsters or anything where they could hide, they stand in the middle of the thing and take a bunch of bullets. So now they need to go to somewhere to get fixed up. So they go to Hotel Artemis, which is an old hotel. And Jodie Foster wakes up and she does a thing that I hate. Anytime it happens in a movie or in a story, she
looks at a
wakes
picture
up and
that she
picks
has
up
no
a
reason-
picture of her
Yeah.
dead child and strokes it gently
Yeah,
so that we
it's
know, oh, this lady's haunted by the loss of her child. And we don't have to have any other characterization for this character.
It's
This
a little.
whole dead kid is doing so much lifting for this script that amounts to absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah, it's a huge problem because character growth
Also-
can't be hinged on things we didn't know and things nobody did.
I understand Jodie Foster is meant to be like an old school person. I didn't need the hip mounted record player. Like how does that even work?
Yeah, because I don't think it's a record player that she's carrying around. It's like she's carrying a big future Walkman thing
Yeah,
that streams from her record player. I don't know.
Okay,
I was very
yeah.
confused by that. And the Mamas and Papas thing kind of threw me. Like, I like California Dreaming's a great song, but it felt
So-
very like,
How else?
What
how
tone
else
are
would
we
you know
doing?
what
So-
state that they're in?
Right.
The California Dreamin' gave me a goddamn fucking it triggered me because I talked about Chungking Express a couple of weeks ago.
Hell yeah!
It's a great movie. but they play the same like 2 minutes of California Dreamin' like 70 times. So it's like that started playing. I'm like, oh my God, no, I can't hear this
Not
song
again.
anymore. Because it's always up to the part where it's like something out of church. And it's like, okay, it literally, you must only have to pay a certain amount of money if you only get to that part of the song or something. Because that over and over and over again in Chungking Express, that's all they kept playing. Like, oh my God, stop.
But this does give us a cool montage to introduce us to all of the other characters who are already in Hotel Artemis. So we see Charlie Day snorting some coke or whatever future drug it is, with half his face fucked up. We see Sofia Boutella looking at her gunshot wound in her arm, and she's got cigarettes that say "To smoke is to die" on them.
Does it feel like Charlie Day's part was written for Jeremy Piven and they couldn't get him?
Oh,
I could definitely see that.
yeah. Yeah, it would be a good Piven part.
Yeah.
And you'd be even happier to see him get got too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of see everybody as Jodie Foster walks around the hospital. She's checking into rooms, she's flipping switches. We see that they have this elaborate door lock system that for some reason all the wiring is on the outside, so you could just cut that, and I guess it locks tighter if you cut those. I don't really understand the technology, but it's a cyberpunk hotel hospital thing, penthouse. And so she goes down and finds out that there's Sterling K. Brown and his brother and the safecracker guy, and they all want to get in. And now we have a bunch of John Wick-esque rules about how to enter the hotel. There's a membership, and criminals all pay to get into this place, to get fixed up, so they don't have to go to a regular doctor. And everybody has to be scanned by their wrist chips. So we've got that continuity from Elysium too. Everybody has some sort of wrist-related healthcare system. And two of them can get in, but the safecracker guy doesn't actually have membership. So David Bautista shows up, and he's a lot of fun in this movie. Like,
thank you for calling him by his entire government name.
yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah, I do like Batista in this movie.
Yeah, he's really good. He's trying real hard to get that kind of like Chino SoCal accent. I don't know if he ever really gets there, but I appreciate the effort. I do love that David Bautista tries to be in odd movies, playing odd parts. You know what I mean? I've always appreciated that about him.
Oh yeah,
he's maybe the most like direct fun in this movie that doesn't feel like somebody's trying to make fun happen. He's just in it.
Agree.
His name is Everest because he's huge. Everybody has geography location based code names.
Yeah.
Other than Jodie Foster, who's just the nurse.
Yeah.
But,
it's always fun too to see Dave Bautista, especially back then, like around normal people, because he looks like he's not human because he's so goddamn big. Especially like he's just massive.
He looks like when he's standing next to Jodie Foster, it looks like the Max. Like, remember the Max with Julie or whatever?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Shout
so
out to Sam Keith.
He's like the orderly / security / whatever, and he comes out there to force the guy that doesn't have a membership out. So they're going to take him out of the hotel because that's just how things work. Those are the rules. Doesn't matter that there's a water riot going on. The rules are the rules. And David Bautista has got like one of the coolest lines in the movie also, which is, I'm a healthcare professional and I have the ability to heal you, but I also have the ability to unheal you. And
or he's like, and don't jump on my back again, because I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah. He's delightful. I don't think we ever see the safecracker guy again. He gets left out there and he's like, I'll die out here. And then I guess he does, because he never comes back.
The back of the hotel, I hate to, belabor anything. It's like, it's very off-putting. Like, I can't tell if it's a set or they only had so much space to film it in, but like the geography of whatever's going on back there is like super distracting. Like, it's so small.
Yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense.
Parking lot and overpass and something at the same time.
Yeah.
So there's rules. You can't have weapons. You can't kill anybody who's in there, even if you got beef with them. It's very much like the hotels the Continental rules. So she's fixing up Sterling K. Brown's brother. He needs a new liver, so she 3D prints him one, but it's a bad liver because he's been shooting up. And
Can we talk
so,
about how cute they're understanding what a 3D printer would be? Like, we've all seen how 3D printers work now, but I guess they didn't get it. So they had to make it look like your house, like paper printer or a scan fax
Yeah.
combo thing, the way it like slides back and forth, like building from the bottom up somehow. I don't know. It's cute. I enjoyed that.
yeah,
I liked it.
a lot of the cyberpunky sort of set design stuff is really cool in this.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
agree.
it's an interesting looking movie. I like Jodie Foster's like shower curtain screen situation. Like a
Yeah.
lot of it's fun. So yeah, so Sterling K. Brown finds out his brother's a drug addict. Now he's gonna have a bad new liver that's just as bad as his old liver, I guess, but that won't matter later, so don't worry about it too much. Then Sterling K. Brown wanders around and meets the other hotel guests. So he meets Charlie Day, who's Acapulco, and he's a dick and an arms dealer, and he's just throwing around that he's got money. This is where we get our first sort of class war thing spoken directly, because he's like, well, they can pay for water like everybody else, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he meets Sofia Boutella, who is niece, and she's an assassin that they have known. They know each other from something. We don't really get into what they know each other
Yeah, they don't
from,
really.
and that
yeah,
also
they-
doesn't end up mattering. So,
No.
Well, they definitely had some kind of romantic
They
entanglement.
smooth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Um,
That's some good looking sex.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
and then the movie's going pretty well. It's kind of interesting. You're like, I'm in this movie at this point.
Yeah.
And then it starts to wobble because one, they get a call from Zachary Quinto, who is doing the worst acting anybody's ever done.
Dude, he is.
He's
Thank you so much.
yeah.
He's so.
I just.
Hmm.
What'd you say, Alec?
You there, buddy?
I was like, I just don't think Zachary Quinto's a very good actor.
Yeah,
I
I'd
agree.
agree. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's very good at the Star Trek movies because he's playing Spock, who doesn't have to emote really. He
Yeah.
just kind of delivers everything matter of factly. Like he wasn't that good in Heroes.
Well, and even
I
that, he was
honestly
playing a
can't
character who
even
was
remember.
delivering information matter of factly too. Like
Well, like,
Siler was mostly emotionless.
He seems to-
Tyler.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
he seems to absorb the direction of your character is stupid as be bad at acting. Like make the audience think you yourself are actually stupid because it is like almost unwatchable.
Yeah, no, it's torture. But so he's saying, "Hey, my dad, the big boss, who is the Wolf King of Los Angeles."
He's the sausage king of Chicago. That's all I can think of.
We have a reservation here. Yeah, so Daddy's hurt. He needs to come to the hospital. Jodie Foster's like, well, if somebody shows up, we're going to be out of rooms. And he's like, you're not going to be out of rooms. And then we do a thing where he's got guys that show up and are sealing off all the entrances to the hotel.
Okay, so that's what they were. I was really confused
Yeah.
by that. I was like, what are they doing? I didn't. So they're making sure no one else comes in.
Yeah, he's just trying to stack the deck so that no one else can
other-
get in.
The other thing is though, is that Jodie Foster has a line where she's like, "Well, have him go to another whatever, like safe house hospital or what." I forget the exact verbiage she uses.
Dark House, maybe?
Yeah, dark house. I think you're right. But at the end of the movie, again, like why he has to go here isn't really clear.
Because
You know
the
what I
movie
mean?
has to happen.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
Well, they
all
said-
Quinto
it said-
says is his dad likes it best. It's his
Yeah,
favorite place.
I thought I said at some point he owned that one. Like that
He
was
does.
his.
and he did own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does,
But
but
he also
it's
owns
implied
the
that
city.
yeah, I was gonna say it. It's implied he owns like everything. So like I don't know, and I mean we'll get into it, but the fucking revelation at the end, I was like, oh. But again, it seems like very convenient. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. Like,
That's the main flaw of this movie is everything
'Cause-
that happens is extremely convenient.
well, and
and
the other thing
nothing
is
else.
when they get the call that Jeff Goldblum has to go to this hospital, they're like he's an hour away. So like you could fix that right away. Like he got shot down the street. Then it makes
Yeah.
more sense why he shows up there. But like he went out of his way to go there. It just I didn't know. It was, that was a little jarring to me. I was like,
Well, because the
Oh.
writer's like, well, we need to build in a little
Oh.
padding for the exposition between the other characters before this
Yeah.
guy shows up because he's going
Yeah.
to cause the climax of the movie for reasons.
yeah.
Well, like,
You're,
this is another thing I hate in movies. Like, even they know that his nickname is stupid and they have to lampshade it. Like, oh, it's the dumbest name. It's like, you wrote the movie. Just
Yeah.
change it to something that sucks less.
But I think
Yeah.
it's part of this this they're doing a mid 2000s Guy Ritchie style thing where people are supposed to have stupid names and it's supposed to be quirky and interesting, and it's not. Um,
No.
not enough. But so we know he's showing up. Now all the exits are getting locked off. But Jodie Foster's like, look, if somebody shows up, I gotta take him. And then the movie starts to wobble completely because Jenny Slate appears on a screen. And she is a cop who is injured and who has somehow, I guess, crawled to the hotel from where the riot's been happening. And is like, hey,
This is the worst part of the movie.
she is terrible. She's
no
terrible in the
bearing.
movie.
It has no bearing on
amounts to
anything
nothing.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No.
so bad. And
She's
like I
so
guess
bad.
they needed it because the movie is only like an hour and a half. Like you needed, I think.
You could have just you could have
Yeah.
had Sophia Botella and Sterling K. Brown hook up for 30 minutes and it would have been a better movie.
I mean,
yeah.
Alec
Well,
and Sean are totally right. Like at the end of the movie, this equates to nothing. But again, it does tie into the stupid dead kid thing that they can't stop. You know what I mean? Like they
But like
hoisted the whole movie on the dead kid thing. It's like
you have a cop and you have the biggest criminal in LA. Like they need to cross paths or something needs to happen if you're going to introduce this. I don't know if it's in a different draft and it got cut out and they left this part in there because it's like, oh, we got to keep the pie because the pie is the emotional core of the movie. But like Alex, totally right. It amounts to absolutely nothing. It is a colossal waste of time. Also, I have a question. Maybe I didn't catch this. You're going to get to this shortly, but like, am I to understand that Sophia Botella engineered the injury to the Wolf King of Chicago to get him there to assassinate him? If so, why didn't they just kill him prior to and skip all this identical twin bullshit?
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a really good
the
point.
The only reason I could think of is, I don't know.
Yeah, because to make it all happen, she has to shoot herself in the arm.
yes.
She has to make sure he gets injured and wants to come there. She has to blow up the locks and then get in there and kill him.
And again, she had to injure him and then has to know that he's going to want to go to this hospital and not the one that's right down the street from him or whatever. Like it's
and for all of this foreknowledge she has to have, she also has to keep renegotiating the terms of the deal because she didn't expect the things that happened that obviously were going to happen.
Yeah, and then there is some lip service about how like she has to cut his throat so somebody in Detroit can jerk off or whatever. But like again, your plan has become like incredibly unwieldy at this point if that's what's going on. Now maybe it's all happenstance that she just happened to find out he was going there, but then that makes no sense. So I'm assuming that it had to be engineered by them. And again, if so, I know the answer is because the movie has to happen. But goddamn, there's got to be a better way to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, another pass at this movie makes it just exponentially better because a lot of the parts are good and the acting's not bad for the most part. Like it's just
everybody's trying.
It's just so much hinges on people saying expositional things to say like I have changed as a character and now I'm different, and you're like, okay, that's not how change works in movies. Like, show me. That's why it's a movie. So this guy's showing up. Exits are locked. Cop Jenny Slate shows up. She's like, "Oh, I'm childhood friends with your son. Help me." Blah blah. So Jodie Foster, who has anxiety, apparently, that's the reason why she doesn't leave the hotel, really. And she's drinking, I guess, but she only drinks when she wakes up, from what we see. But she goes out. She's listening to like a self-help anxiety tape to go outside to get her, and then a bunch of riot cops show up. And they're just there to establish again that like the cops suck because the movie doesn't really want to address the cool water riot story that's going on. Like the fireworks factory will not arrive.
Nate Regolia in a hospital situation even though the future, I would assume you need water at some point. Should there not be like at least some kind of lip service like, hey, the water's off. I know the TV is off. I know the power is off. I know they can't fly out of there. But the one thing that's the inciting factor for this riot that keeps them all locked in this hotel, the water, is not like addressed in any practical way in the movie.
At all. No, it doesn't matter.
The Wolf King controls everything. So why would he let the water get cut to his favorite triage hospital?
Yeah, that's fair. But they should say that in the movie.
Yeah, but why would he let the power go out?
Well, it didn't. A bomb blew up like the generators and shit.
Oh, okay, fair.
Well, there was that little power outage that happened in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
It was only for
This
like
movie only
30
cost
seconds.
This movie only cost 15 million, so I'm
That's
sure they couldn't spend a ton of money on
Lines?
full-scale riots and
Oh,
yeah, it definitely didn't go to the writers. It all went to Jodie Foster and Jeff Goldblum.
yeah, and I will give this to Jodie Foster. She is again doing a voice that is like almost completely inscrutable, but I think it works better in this movie than it does in the last movie.
Yeah.
Definitely
She's-
works better, but it's still she's doing like a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah,
or
she's doing a
something.
Brooklyn
Yeah.
accent for being someone who's, I guess, LA born and raised, because she's been in the hotel for 20 something years.
Yeah.
But today of all days is the day when literally everything about her life are going to come to a confluence by pure circumstance.
Everything is just out of convenience, like every goddamn thing in this movie.
So yeah, so they fix up Jenny Slate. Jenny Slate's terrible in the movie. Jenny Slate keeps calling Batista dude, which is something that like a cop would absolutely do. So we can totally figure that she's like the one good cop. This is a one good apple scenario, I guess.
They refer to her. I think Jodie Foster calls her like an outreach officer or something. So she has some
she's
kind of like
like a social worker officer or something like that. Because
No.
she said something like she's not a real officer. She like I don't know. I assume she did like work with underprivileged kids or some shit.
But yeah, something interesting could have happened with that. That would have been, I mean, it would have been interesting if she was working with, if she was coming because she found out that other kids had been suspiciously drowned in the same place that her son had been drowned, or something that would tie in.
Something, yeah.
But she doesn't. Instead, she just gets better almost immediately. And then
also she's a cop. Why can't she just go to a real hospital?
also
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
I was wondering that too. Like that was like, yeah, I don't know. That was another part where I was just like, what? Like, I don't know. And then,
But I guess it is convenience. She just happened to get murked outside of crawling distance of the Hotel Artemis and just happens to yell at the CCTV camera that has sound that they just happen to be monitoring at that moment
And
because
she
Jeff
happens to know
Goldblum's
that
about to show up.
she happens to know that the big secret hotel, but she knows where it is.
Yeah.
yeah, how does she know where the hotel is in the first place? Because she was just childhood friends with Jodie Foster's kids. So how does she even know where the hotel is?
That's a good question. And we'll never find out the answer.
Because
Yeah,
do
can't
they
wait for
address
this-
it?
For the,
No.
can't wait for the sequel.
No, they don't, because Jenny Slate's arc ends the moment that Batista wheels her out and Sterling K. Brown sees her and immediately goes like, "Oh, she's got boots on." Only cops wear boots in this reality.
Yeah, what
Therefore-
the fuck? What line was that? Like, what the hell does that mean? Like, only cops wear boots. Like, what the fuck, bro? It's not even the future. People wear boots now. What?
I don't. I only know people. The only people I know who are cops.
Cops and goths.
They have a like an interesting thought where because Batista says that it's like it doesn't matter where we came from, it doesn't matter where we're going, everybody's just the nurse or this or the, but like she has to come in and ruin that part of the movie again
Right.
for no reason.
Yeah, because what that does, that moment that Sterling K. Brown sees her, we light a fuse on another cool thing that could happen in the plot, and then it just fizzles out immediately. It's like, oh no, never mind. The whole premise of everybody in the hotel who is a criminal being upset that a cop's there and causing like a riot within as well as the riot without, that plot's not going to happen. So yeah, Jenny Slate just like gets away, I guess. Batista just like wheels her out. She's gone. She's out of the movie. That's that.
And also just find, let alone the disregard the fact there's a fucking riot that's overtaking the entire city where like there's rockets getting fired into the air, but you know, she's
But it's a
fine.
very orderly riot, by the way. Everybody's just kind of marching in line. But yeah, Dave Bautista sends her out to bring justice to the cursed earth so the rest of the movie can happen unabated.
Jenny Slate returns in Hotel Artemis 2 as Judge Death.
Yeah, so she's gone, and this is when Goldblum shows up. So now we get the Wolf King. The Wolf King's here. Well,
God, it's I'm sorry,
one thing
Nate, but
I
it's
missed
just-
too.
it's just-
Sorry, go ahead.
It's funny how so much of this movie is just nothing because we're already at the end of the fucking movie. Like, it's crazy to me.
Well, the one thing I missed is Sterling K. Brown is talking to his brother about like, hey, the Wolf King's coming. We got to get out of here because look, inside the pen that we took, there's 5 diamonds.
Yeah.
and the man kills anybody who steals from him.
But how are
Okay.
we led to know? Because his son doesn't know about it. How would he know unless he just has a tracker on the pen? But again, like when they
Leave the pen in the fucking
yeah,
John and go
take the
home.
cannoli.
Yeah.
But like again, this movie like it punches itself in the dick by going $15 million. I'm like, this man owns the entire city. $15 million isn't shit. Like,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
might want it back, but I mean, it's also just absurd because later Sterling K. Brown is like, we stole your pen. I'm the guy that stole these diamonds." It's like, you didn't steal it. You got it by
yeah,
mistake.
Yeah.
Just hand it to him and be like, "Hey, you dropped your pen." Like, fuck it, like whatever.
Also,
Nobody
like,
knows anything.
in the grand scheme of things with this script, right? I think we've all watched enough movies that when they got the goddamn pen in the beginning, it's like, okay, this is your MacGuffin. And you're like, okay, I can work with that. And then when you find out what it actually is, you're like, that's it?
Yeah.
Like that's it? Like, okay.
It could have at least had like secret information on it that was
It could have
essential
turned
to
off
something.
it could have turned off Elysium. It could have made everybody a citizen.
It could have been like the key to the water of Los Angeles that they could unlock, and then
I
there
mean,
wouldn't
at
be any
least
riot.
that
Like,
would tie into the overarching plot. Yeah.
you know, there's a thing happening, but we're not doing that thing. We're doing the inside the hotel thing. So yeah, the Wolf King shows up, and his stupid son is like just whining, and then Goldblum is like, "This is why you're soft, you loser pussy, and take this
Stupid
ring, and I
son.
hope you know what to do with it."
take this plot heavy ring that like is a key and also generates electricity? Question mark. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
this works.
Uh, so they're doing that. Goldblum goes under the knife. Jodie Foster's just talking to him. He's getting doped up with painkillers, and then for reasons again in the movie, he just decides to start talking about how he murdered Jodie Foster's son.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like she gave him truth serum or something. He's
Well, she
just
said she gave him like 3 doses of the painkiller. So again, and at this point, I'm starting to check out a little bit. But did she already suspect this, or like did he say something and she gave him more? I'm not sure exactly of the
He said-
logistics of this.
He said her son's name,
Right.
yeah.
and she was like, "I never told you his name."
Yeah.
So she just injected the shit out of him with
Oh, she just gave him
Beta-Zine
more,
or
okay.
whatever. Because she said nobody tells stories like people on whatever the drug was, betadine
Yeah.
or whatever.
Repressed.
Sure.
So yeah. So then he spills the beans that the son stole a car from him, so he drowned him. So her son hadn't overdosed or whatever, actually. And then we get like a quick cut where she's seeing his like adult body. He's probably like 20 or something, drowned in the pier. We keep cutting to this like
I was just about to say they fucking love this fucking flashback to them going under the water with the fucking, oh my god, they showed it like 7 times. Like, okay, we get it, man.
This is also he like reveals that he bought her the hotel because she was sad and
Yeah.
like it is like some kind of make good or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a good business deal for him. He was like, "Oh, well, I killed this guy for stealing
Yeah.
from me, but I guess now I get a nurse and I might as well buy her a hospital so she'll
Yeah,
stay
I might as
busy."
well. Like that's a normal thought process people have.
Yeah, yeah. So she's gonna try to kill
Also,
Goldblum.
she's agoraphobic, which is again not particularly relevant because they can't really leave the hospital to begin with because there's a riot.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Oh my god, yeah, it's like you went outside. Like, oh, like why did we need to add that into the fucking movie too? Like, oh yeah.
so yeah, she's got like a medical grade shiv, then she's about to kill Goldblum, and then the power goes out because Sophia Boutella bombs the door locks generator, but all the generators are next to each other, and I guess she just doesn't understand how bombs kind of explode in all directions, not just in the direction of the thing you want to explode.
She should understand because she's not the something. She is the business.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so her cigarette pack bomb blows up all the power. This causes Sterling K. Brown's brother to die because he was on life support. It also causes the lights to go out. So Jodie Foster's running around. She's trying to go save Sterling K. Brown's brother. Can't do it. He's been dead for 10 minutes by the time she gets there. And in that time, Nice goes in, straddles Goldblum, slits his throat. he gets to do some like doped up Goldblum nonsense where he's like,
Did you talk about? Did we talk about the fact that she has like a bionic eye?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
She's live streaming the murder to somebody.
Yeah, it's like
Later.
it's like a Google Glass eye that she can also make phone calls to people that we never get to see with. But yeah, she's live streaming the assassination. And he's like, "Oh, so this is how it's gonna end, huh? Bring it on, baby," or whatever he says. He says something that's like kind of cool but lame.
He's like, take me home, baby. Or it's something stupid. Yeah.
Don't forget, he's just another frustrated ex-hippie that turned his beads into bullets.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
that
yeah.
fucking line. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Thank you for reminding me of that.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Is that an archetype we're familiar with?
Oh,
Well,
the hippies that turn into warlords.
yeah,
very common.
you're the anal beads for bullets program that was popular in the 1970s.
He's like a reverse Colonel Kurtz or something. Like
So yeah, the Wolf King's dead, who was the most interesting character introduced in the movie, but now he's gone, and Jodie Foster gets no
But
direct
TJ's
resolution
right.
of her shit.
all this shit like happens, and like the movie's over at this point.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's fucking it.
Because
Yeah.
Kinto starts screaming, and they're just trying to break the hospital down because he's like, "Where's my daddy? What did you do to my daddy?" And so they start knocking walls down.
I want to say, I could be wrong. I might have hallucinated this, but I feel like the reason he freaks out is because he says he has a bad feeling or something. Like that's why he starts freaking out. Like it's something stupid.
Yeah, it's not great. So Sterling K. Brown confronts Sophia Boutella, and he's like, "Hey, you killed my brother when you turned the power off." And she's like, "Oh man, that's totally my bad. I didn't mean to do that." Sterling K. Brown's about to shoot her, but then Charlie Day bursts in because his helicopter never showed up to take him away, because that's been his whole interest in the whole movie.
I think we forgot to say that at one point Charlie just Ubers in a fucking helicopter, and like that also is kind of forgotten about for most of the movie.
So,
also, he's trying to bang Sophia Boutella, but who can blame him?
So he bursts in, shoots Sterling K. Brown in the back. So that's like the 7th time he's been shot in the back. The man takes bullets like a champ. No one else in the movie can take bullets like he does.
No.
Is he not wearing some kind of vest?
His suit is made of, at one point he's like, "It's okay, this is Kevlar." His suit is made of Kevlar.
Okay, well, we should all have those. That seems nice. It's a really good fit for being a Kevlar suit. It moves.
It's a great looking suit, very well tailored.
Yeah. So he gets shot, but it doesn't matter because Kevlar. But then Charlie Day shoots Sophia Boutella in the leg, and then Sterling K. Brown gets up. He's also got a ghost gun that Joe Biden let him print, I guess, even though those are supposed to be banned. And so he shoots Charlie Day. Charlie Day's dead now. We don't have that annoyance to deal with anymore. And so as all of the Wolf King's sons' minions come bursting in, they apparently come 2 directions because a group of them just try to burst through the wall and several of them stand at the gates. So we get Batista at the gates being like, "Visiting hours or never," and he's just going to, I guess, hand-to-hand fight 90 men, which is fine. He does have an axe.
All his little lines right here, like, they fucking rock. I forget exactly what he says, but his little, like, speech as they're trying to get through, and he's just kind of, like, grabbing an axe out of the wall, getting ready to, like, kill everybody. I forget exactly what he says, but it fucking rocks.
Oh, this is where
the movie picks up and redeems itself.
Instead of just opening the door to the fire axe, he punches the glass like brother. I think they're meant to be easily accessible in case of a fire. Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, Sean's bored. Why don't we throw a fucking old boy hallway fight in here?" And I'm like, "Okay, you got me. I'm back."
So now there's going to be 2 versions of kind of hallway fights because Batista's fighting a group, and then the group that are coming through the hole in the wall are fighting Sophia Boutella. So very much, this has to be a cool scene. So she walks to the end of the hallway, draws a line with her foot, and then takes out her sexy garter and boot knives and gets ready to go.
This is like, did you guys ever play a franchise mode on a football game, and then you would get like the punt and run it all the way back to your own goal line so you could pad your stats? That's what this is for hallway fights.
So yeah, she gets set up, and then they just start coming in, and she's just wasting people. Like it's cool. It's really well choreographed. She's fun in it. Like lots of good kick, punch, stab, you know.
To me though, it was frustrating because I was like, "Where's this been the rest of the movie?" Because
Well,
like
yeah.
I thought the action sequences were really well done. I was like, "This is good."
Yeah, and we could have filled.
Hold on,
The finger
Sean's
thing
doing
means the money.
Finger thing means the money.
So Botella's fighting, Batista's fighting.
I believe that's why you also don't see the Dave Batista axe rampage is the finger thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I agree.
probably.
Because he just gets overwhelmed, and you assume, I guess, that he's just dead, and you assume that Sophia Botella's dead because she gets worn down through the fight and kind of does a like, let's, come at me, keep going. But we cut away from both of them because we don't actually care about them because Jodie Foster and Sterling K. Brown are escaping the hospital. And as they're trying to get out, uh, Kinto is somehow around the other side of the hotel to the secret entrance, the secret main entrance that no one knows about, the one that's just facing the street that no one ever uses. He's just there. And he's like, "You killed my dad." And then, yeah, Sterling K. Brown's like, "Hey, we got your diamonds. You can take these and you can use this $15 million to be like the cool brother so that everybody respects you." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And then we do a silly feint and punch.
He hits him with the BJ Novak. Like, that's a hell of a deal. I'll take that deal. You can go. She can stay.
And then Jodie Foster stabs him with like a super nanite bomb / baby elephant tranquilizer, and he is getting pixelated, I guess, to death. And that's the end of Kinto. So they go outside. The riot is, as Sean pointed out, like so orderly that they're able to walk through a perfectly bombed out and on fire section where no one is. They are all far enough away in the distance that they could almost be CGI'd in, and you wouldn't even have to pay extras.
Well, they're going that way, so I propose we go this way, which is good because this is where my 1972 Chevelle, which is still working, and also the vehicle you want to rely on in a getaway from a fucking bank heist, is just sitting there.
And as any good getaway person knows, you definitely want the keys to be right behind the license plate on a hinge that has no lock or anything that would be difficult to access. So if somebody nudged the car, the keys would fall out. But he gets the keys. He's like, "Hey, come with me. Let's get out of here. We'll go to Vegas or whatever." And she's like, "No, I can't." Because she kind of wants to go back to the hotel. But I guess because now she knows that the person who killed her son is dead and da-da-da, she maybe thinks she can live again. It's very unclear what her arc is because Sterling K. Brown's going to drive away.
Yeah. She still says, though, that, like, I need to fix people. It's all I know how to do. So, like, but then go ahead and talk about this part because this is, like, fucking totally, like,
yeah.
I can't puzzle this out.
No, because yes, she needs to fix people, and so her solution to that is to walk into the fiery riot as an old lady with one medical bag, no protection, and
if only she had some kind of facility nearby where she could treat the
people. Yeah, it would almost be interesting if her arc was to go like, "Oh, I care about the rules of this hotel, and at the end I realize that the rules don't matter and I just need to help everybody."
Yeah.
What if that was the story? But no, she just walks. She literally walks to her death.
The hotel switch to good from evil. That's the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the movie.
Yeah, and then we see that Batista's fine because he turns the power back on. And then mid-credits, we see maybe Sophia Boutella like swoop by the camera of the hallway.
There's a mid-credit scene.
I didn't make it that far.
It's like all of 3 seconds.
It's not a scene. It's just like a clip.
But it implies that both of them survive. So everybody we liked in the movie is totally fine.
The movie had absolutely no stakes. Everyone's fine.
Shout out to Dogs and Spider-Man.
Brian Tyree Henry died.
Yeah,
Brian Henry Tyree.
Died. Yeah.
He died.
He helmet catched in heaven now. Yeah, it's just
David Tyree.
Yeah, David Tyree's joke. Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
And that's the movie.
That's the movie.
I want to like this movie so much. And
no, that's where I'm at.
I texted like partway through the movie. I'm like, maybe like right kind of before Goldblum shows up. I'm like, I don't remember why I didn't like this movie. And then Alex said he had theories, so I want to hear Alex's theory before I say what the issue actually was.
It's the I brought a big bag of irregular Oreos. I don't see what's wrong with this one. Oh.
You know they make Oreos now that have crushed Oreos as the filling?
Oh,
it's like Oreo filled Oreos.
I heard you like Oreos, dog.
You missed the pretzel conversation earlier, but I do enjoy our new floor shaven snack empire. Like it's just like bits of shit they couldn't sell that they cram into other shit and
Oh
put in a
yeah.
Oh
bag.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
Love
like
that.
what we've been doing to create bovine spongiform encephalitis. You just feed cows to other cows
Yeah.
that you can't
yeah.
sell.
Kit Kat.
Right.
Kit Kat's been doing it for years. The middle of Kit Kats is just crushed up Kit Kats. Like
Well, that's-
irregular ones, they just reprocess them
Oh,
Oh
in
my
the
Kit-
middle
God.
part.
I don't
Kit
like
Kat,
that.
Kit Kat's goaded though. Goaded
Yeah,
Anyway.
candy.
Japanese. Shout out to Japanese Kit Kats. I love you,
Yeah.
chocolate orange and
Oh, I
matcha
think
Kit
I got
Kats.
it. Yeah, I got
Ooh.
either a green tea or a matcha one. There's a Japanese store
Yeah.
in Towson,
Well, I haven't
and
gone
like the
there
whole
yet.
first floor is all like Asian snacks and foods and shit.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
got like lemon Pepsi.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
It was delightful. Um, I feel like this movie it's not long enough. And I
Yeah.
very rarely say that about movies, but it's only an hour 34. And like the 15 to 20-minute Jenny Slate storyline is absolutely useless. Like, so really, you got like an hour and 10-minute movie with a bunch of kind of compelling characters, but you don't give them anything to do because it's not long enough.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
you,
agree.
you'd
and
think
10 minutes.
like a first time director like this, like it would be the opposite problem. It would be too much because he's like, I don't
Overindulgent.
want to cut anything. I want to keep everything in. But it's like he barely had enough stuff to make a movie, and he stretched it.
Yeah, and like you said, and once you whittle down the first 20 minutes that you're talking about, there's another 10 minutes of that kid running on the beach. So take that out. So you're you're,
Yeah,
you're like in a svelte 60 minutes of plot.
like this
Yeah.
could
And
have
like
been just a normie episode of Black Mirror.
basically,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's got so many like tertiary, like the riot that again leads to nothing other than it's like LA sucks. I'm like, well, I got that from the art direction. I didn't need this other shit that keeps them trapped in the building when the only person that was really trying to leave the building to begin with was Charlie Day, who has no like actual plot relevance other than to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like he's not like under siege by anybody. He's not relevant to whatever's going on with Jeff Goldblum. He's just kind of there, and he's the only one that's trying to leave. Everybody else is committed to being in this building. So the riot is just like set dressing, which fine, I guess, but like
Like
the way.
they could have figured another way. Like I'm assuming the riot is for the whole reason for Zachary Quinto like locking the building down because he'd be
Yeah,
expecting lots of people showing up, but there's got to be better, easier ways to do it that are
Yeah.
less tedious to the plot.
right. But like also nobody allegedly knows what this building is, so like why would they show up if that's the case? You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
they're just like stumbling all over everything.
Yeah.
Like
And I mean, the
And
thing
what's
is,
the rest of this building? This is like a high rise.
Yeah, they're just on the
That uses
penthouse of this
one floor.
full building. Yeah.
Like there's like 20 empty floors with shit going on.
well, and to your point about other people just showing up, like it's a riot. So I assume that like the only people that have passes to Hotel Artemis are like card carrying, like hard criminals. I don't think just random rioters are gonna show up there.
No.
Like I don't know.
No. Yeah.
You'd be more likely to get just like a bunch of drunk like sorority girls showing up to stay at the Hotel Artemis.
True. I would stay there.
The
You have to
side
have
is
a bleached
awesome and it's a
you have
great
to have a-
name.
you have to have a bleached asshole to show up there.
but it's like the thing
Huh?
with the son, like if you wanted to be like, okay, well, I started this clinic for junkies or whatever because my son died and he was a junkie, but that's not really the case. And like
No.
Jeff Goldblum being the one that kills him again, like amounts to nothing because she doesn't even kill him. Sophia Botella does. So like that reveal is functionally useless. Like she doesn't even like bare minimum. She just allows Sophia Botella to do it. You know what I mean? Or she engineers the power outage or something. You know
Well,
what I
she's
mean?
also like, or like give some kind of like the two of them have a history, right? So like maybe don't have the revelation that he like killed her son right then and there, and maybe have her a little conflicted before Sophia Botella goes to kill him. Maybe that's
Yeah.
interesting. There's
You
something
also
there.
you do what you do is you have Sophia Botella's there to kill Charlie Day because Charlie Day's like an arms dealer, but he's also privatizing the water or something, right? Sophia
Yeah.
Botella's there for a reason that is connected to what's going on in the world. When Goldblum shows up, it's because Goldblum has like a heart problem or cancer, and he trusts Jodie
Yeah.
Foster to heal him, and he gets got in the crossfire
Or
because,
Sophia
or
Botella
she
gets
gets to get
a
him.
phone call from her eyeball that says, "Hey, wait a minute, change of plans."
Yeah, something where it's like
Excuse me,
the
I have to
elements, the changing elements matter.
I can't blink right now. I'm taking a call.
Yeah, double blink to end the call.
Ah, damn it! I keep losing you. Uh,
My contact's falling out.
but yeah, everything's just such happenstance that it becomes extraordinarily irritating because you're like, okay, this isn't how these come together. Like, if Jenny Slade's going to be there, then there needs to be a cops versus criminals situation that happens, and if Sophia Boutella thing matters, she needs to be going after somebody who's in the and honestly, like if Charlie Day wants to hook up with her, that's a great pretense for her getting him. Like there's a bunch of stuff here that just
Or Sophia
works
Botella
faster.
because the future has some kind of beacon that she's in danger, and cops are like storming outside of the building, and they're fighting with Zachary Quinto's people because they're trying to get in.
Yeah.
Quinto's trying to keep them out. Like there's just like, there's all these like conveniences, but again, they amount to absolutely nothing for the actual like function of the movie.
I mean, the safecracker guy who gets rejected from being in there in the first place is a person who should be able to figure out how to break locks of the kind that keep you out of there. And why wouldn't that be part of it?
I'll throw you another like plot idea. Like the safecracker guy could be like the fucking disfigured guy in 300, right? Like he like can figure out how to get in there, and he like leads Zachary Quinto's people in there or something. There's got to be something.
Yeah.
Like you said it in the very beginning of the synopsis. Like they throw him out there and he's like, I could die. And like show him dying, or what I mean?
Well, throw him off the roof. Like Batista should throw him off the roof. It shouldn't be like, okay, I'm going to escort you over here. But they're also doing a thing where everybody in this movie is inherently good while also being kind of a criminal.
That's another problem with the movie, right? Like that's the thing where, hey, we're all villains, but we're kind of scared to be villainous, except for Charlie Day. And it's like that kind of doesn't really
and
work.
Even he's just posturing villainy. He's not like really.
I mean, well, the thing is too, like that's like the that's a hard line you run when you make a movie that's explicitly about criminals, right? But these are okay criminals. Like, you can't make something like fucking, I know it's a stretch, but like you can't make Hateful Eight in this movie. Like you could.
Like Batista can't throw him off the roof and say your claim was rejected. I mean, he's all about fucking healthcare puns. Why not?
Yeah. Well, in Sterling K. Brown's talking about
said that, have him kill him, like it like introduces Batista, like he is a very dangerous person. He's not just big. It's like, okay, like I don't want to do this, but the rules are the rules. You know what I mean? Like because they're going on about the rules so fucking much.
Yeah, and with the whole thing you brought up about like everybody in here, it doesn't matter who you are. You're in here, you're just this. Like maybe Batista's like a serial killer or some shit, or like he's murdered a bunch of people, and this is his like penance or whatever, but he's still capable of doing it.
All of these things are way more interesting than what they decided to go with.
A movie should not become an exquisite corpse exercise for people watching it 8 years later. You know what I mean? Like a movie should be a movie.
Yeah. But all that said, like I really like the action sequences are good, the acting is good, the setting is good.
It knows what we like.
Yeah.
It just doesn't know how to deliver it in a way that's like at all coherent.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I think it's time for 5 knuckle shuffles. We've said enough. I'm gonna do Goggs's first since he's not here. Let's see here.
A rare Goggs miss where he knew ahead of time and didn't realize the day of that he had an appointment that had been set for weeks.
Oh well, he was logged into Steam right at 7:00, so I don't know.
Goggs, and the only thing I love more than Hotel Artemis is a fat dick.
Yeah. He said I'm gonna give Hotel Artemis an 8. It's crazy score. It's a great bottle movie with legit / logical plot reasons to happen, and I really enjoyed the whole aesthetic.
I don't think he watched it.
Legit
logical
plot.
He read the synopsis. He read Huggo's synopsis on IMDb.
Okay. Shout out to Huggo. I thought the cast was great. Sterling K. Brown, BTH. Who the hell's BTH?
Brian
Tyree Henry.
Tyler.
Tyree Henry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Jodie Foster, Batista especially, of course, Batista especially.
He's not wrong this time though.
I know, but it's
Yeah.
just funny at this point. Like he's got a
Yeah.
really great world building, great pacing, killer art direction, a story with enough twists and reveals to keep it interesting without being convoluted? Question mark. That's my question mark. Editorial question mark. Well directed and written, especially for a first time feature length film. Some exposition and callbacks could have been cut out, but we have seen plenty of more seasoned writer directors use a hell of a lot more exposition. I don't agree.
I feel like it could use a little bit more exposition.
So that was Gogs. An 8. That is a wild score. I wish he was
Bonkers.
here. I really wish he was here. Alec.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah.
That's the correct
Like,
score.
I like so many things about the movie, like its potential, but man, it's just executed poorly. And maybe that's why he hasn't made. Has he made anything since this?
No, this is a first. He's one and done. He hasn't made any. I think he's still in the business. I think he's written stuff, but he hasn't directed anything else.
Budget of 15 mil, box office of 13.
Oof.
He was EP on The Fall Guy.
Yeah. What is the EP? Oh, executive
Executive
producer.
producer.
Yeah.
You guys throwing out all these acronyms.
Yeah, just a bunch of videos. Ooh, Vampire Weekend. Wonderful.
Hell yeah.
But man, like Sterling K. Brown, I'm gonna be positive. Sterling K. Brown is just so good.
Yes.
And like, it's a shame, not that they couldn't reboot it somehow. It's a shame they killed him in Black Panther, because like he would have been a contender to maybe take over the Black Panther mantle. Like
could see
he's
that.
just excellent. And like I can't remember ever seeing him anything. I mean, he's been in bad stuff, but him be bad in anything. And he's so good in this. Like every line is just measured perfectly. His interactions with Brian Tyree Henry are excellent. Like they really feel like brothers. Batista's awesome. He's always great. Jodie Foster is something. This was the first movie she did after Elysium.
That tracks.
She took a 5-year break and came to this and said, "You know what? I'm going to try an accent again."
That's really funny. So like we actually followed her career for a while. I don't know if that's happened before on the show. We jumped from movie to her literal next movie. That's pretty funny.
Like Sophia Batel's good in this. Sophia Batel's good in most things she's in. She just picks a lot of garbage.
He's like a Sterling K. Brown. Like she's always great. She's just not in a lot of like good stuff.
Yeah, remember the Scarbringer? Or whatever it's called.
Do I remember? Of course, I remember.
I can't even remember. Oh, Rebel
I can't.
Moon.
Yeah.
No, wait,
She's
what's
like
it
a
called?
like a
Yeah,
Oh, Rebel
that was
Moon.
the
Rebel Moon.
Scarbringer. Wasn't the Scarbringer the second one or
Yeah.
something? I don't know. Yeah.
She's like a better Mila Jovovich. Like she's always in like these like
1000%.
highly physical roles, but she can actually also act.
Yeah, I totally
like
agree.
she's great in Kingsman, Star Trek Beyond.
She's awesome in Star Trek
excellent
Beyond.
in that.
She was
Jayla.
good in Atomic Blonde. I mean, she wasn't in it a whole lot.
Oh
but
yeah. I
She's
forgot
good
she
at-
was in
yeah.
it. She was so young. I guess not really, but she looked very young.
She's great in
Um,
Climax, a movie that you'll never watch, but it's very, very good.
Yeah. So 6, Sean.
It's a 6. I mean, you nailed it. I think this is going to be pretty similar across the board, but it is dressed up in all of the things I like. It's just not the gender of the sex worker I wanted. Like it's, it's a mess. And I know I said that about Elysium, but like I think it was Nate or TJ said it's like the opposite problem where it's like that has too much crap in it, and this has like not enough crap. It's just like a bunch of like, oh, here's this thing. Well, it doesn't matter. But here are all these elements for noir stories and cyberpunk stories. Like, I guess we got to fit them together somehow. It's like, no, that seems like a lot of work. Let's
Just
skip
do it
to the
anyway.
end.
Yeah. Well, fuck
And,
it,
like-
we'll do it live.
We're live, pal. This is also a movie too where like you don't see this a lot where the performances are like all over the place. Like and there's not like a really middling performance. Either they're very good or they are like insanely bad. Like Kinto's awful. Charlie Day is like really fucking bad. Jenny Slate might be worse than both of them. I don't want to sound sexist, but she is fucking atrocious in this
He's
movie.
so bad in this
Um,
movie. Yeah.
but like again, Sterling K. Brown's fantastic. Batella's fantastic. I mean, Goldblum, this is like right before he slips off the precipice into self-parody, but like he's still not like great in it, but like they got people saying a bunch of dumb shit and he has to pretend like he's stoned on top of it, so it also doesn't work that well for him or anybody.
Yeah.
But like I really like the art direction.
Yeah.
You know, this is another movie with 6 or 7 more drafts, but like the things to fix this movie would not be expensive. It would just be like, hey man, like this doesn't make any sense. But then Alec made the point, like if you cut this and you cut that, then like you don't even have a feature film at that point. So like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 6. Nate.
Yeah, it's a 6. It's a situation where nobody decided who the main character of the movie was going to be, so we don't ever just follow one person's story. Like, you don't spend enough time with Jodie Foster to feel real emotional depth around the death of her son. So we're just stuck with like, oh, she looked at the picture and oh, she sits and remembers that he's dead. Like, but it becomes the Comic-Con question of like, why now? Why not 20 years ago? Like, if this is such a thing, what about this movie requires her to have been at this for 20 years to resolve this now? Like, why wouldn't this have come out if she's been interacting with Goldblum for that long? Like,
Yeah, that's a good
why
point.
hasn't any
That's a
of these
very
come
good
up?
point.
It goes back to the convenience thing, but it also just goes back to like there's no commitment to any one story being the A story, so it's just a bunch of C stories, and half of them peter out before they begin. So you go like, okay, pretty much everybody's
Nate,
good in it.
this is the first simultaneous anthology movie. It's all like vignettes all happening at the
Yeah,
same time.
it's like 4 rooms, but it's everybody's just happening at the same time, and they're not connected at all. Yeah, it's just frustrating. And it really is. It's just like when Jenny Slate shows up, it starts wobbling, and the moment Goldblum shows up, the wheels completely fall off. And then the movie is just you're just waiting for the action sequence at the end, which redeems it enough that you're happy when it ends because you're like, "Oh, cool. Something good happened." But yeah, it's just like a meh. It's a meh 6. Like Elysium had too many plots. This had too few plots, and
Maybe if they took the
that's
two
it.
movies, put them together, split them in half, each one to be about an hour and 40 minutes, and maybe then you could get some, like throw the Jenny Slate shit into Elysium and pull some of the,
Yeah.
like the bionic.
Yeah,
the
Matt Damon's
bionic
got to go to the
droids
Hotel
and
Artemis
shit.
to get cured of his microwave radiation.
There
That
we
could
go.
work. Yeah,
I don't hate it.
Neil Blomkamp Pierce.
I'm TJ. I don't want to be different, but to me, to me this is a 5 for me, dog. I don't think I'll ever think about this movie again. I agree with everything that's said. Like there is a lot of good in this movie. Like I feel bad giving it a 5. I do. Because I think there are good things about it. But at the end of the day, I think in a month, I'm not going to remember a fucking thing about this movie at all. Like, it just washed over me. And, like, the plot is just, it's so poorly written. It's hilarious to me that Cogs said that it's a well written plot with logic and facts over your feelings and all. But yeah, I don't know, man. I wanted to like this movie. I love cyberpunk stories. This has more like the trappings of a cyberpunk story than being like a true cyberpunk story. But I don't know, man. Like I think Nate hit a big one for me where he said that there's just no real central plot. And he's right. Like there's nothing like compelling this movie. And I feel like I, as a viewer, like the movie starts with Sterling K. Brown. I kind of want him to be the main character.
You know what would fix the movie, honestly? Make this into a limited series. And it's about
Yes.
all the people who show up at
Yeah.
Hotel Artemis. And then this shit can pop off in the last episode, but we actually spend time with everyone long enough
That
to
would
care
be fine.
and care about their backgrounds.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't think any of the characters, none of them are interesting, really. Like, I think that like they all have they all have like vague ideas of
Yeah, they all
like
have a single trait. Sterling K. Brown's the guy
No,
that's trying to go straight.
no one
yes,
really has a motivation. Like we don't
yeah,
know why they became criminal. But again, like it goes back to their thematic. Like, well, it doesn't matter how you got here, you're here. But then they want to explain why some people got there, and like nobody gives a shit. Like I pick a lane movie.
yeah, and
Sorry,
also
Hugo.
no, not at all. But I totally agree. And the thing is too, like again, like I kind of have it's very hard to make a movie that's about villains when you're scared to make them villainous, right? Like it's the it's the first Suicide Squad movie problem, right? Like, oh, we're like the worst killers in the DC universe, but like they're not that bad. They didn't really do it. You know what I mean? They're scared to do anything bad. Like you gotta I don't know. To me, like I think there's a movie here, right? Like it needs another draft. It probably is this R rated? I don't even know what this was rated. It had to be PG or PG-13 because it wasn't violent. I don't think they cursed. There was no nudity. But like I don't know. To me, this needs another draft. It needs to be a lot more focused, and it needs to be
No,
R.
it's R.
Is it
Hmm.
really?
They just
Wow.
didn't lean into it enough.
For what? For being convoluted. There's too many plots in this. Give it an R rating.
Well, you forgot the part where Jodie Foster says to Zachary Quinto, "Suck my cunt."
Yeah, I did forget that. But like, you know what I mean? Like this needs to be. I don't know. To me, like, I don't know if you guys would agree with that. I feel like this movie needs to be grittier, like more, like more like again. Maybe I'm just too married to like cyberpunk aesthetics, but like to me, this works if it's more street level and it's more like
More body horror.
the criminals are more like criminal and less
Yeah.
like hey we're all like career one of us is a career killer but I only kill important people but I guess they're bad people and like
Well, it's that Dexter thing, right? That's why that
yeah
shit's so stupid. Like, oh, he
or
just kills
or
bad people.
or in fucking Hannibal the fucking
Yeah,
that was the second Silence of the Lamb movie, right? Where they like
yeah,
made Hannibal like, oh, he only kills rude people. That was the dumbest
yeah.
shit. Anyway, but like, you need something. I don't know, and maybe I'm just grasping at straws, but you just need more. And I just like I just there was just nothing to this
Well,
movie.
whoever said make it a mini series, like they
Yeah, it's
got it. They
perfect.
broke the back of the story right there.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that's all building off of Alex saying that the movie just needs to be longer because that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like we don't get to anything, but we also like Jodie Foster's a healer. She works at a place that deals with criminals. There's a riot going on. Like there's stuff there where it could be like, oh, Goldblum enforces the rules. So there's guns outside the hotel that shoot the rioters that are trying to get in. Like so she's conflicted about the fact that she has to heal bad people while good people are getting killed. There's tons of things that could be really interesting that would build
well,
actual character drama. And they
well,
don't have.
well, also like I think a couple of you guys have said this, like the riot, Nate, you said it in the very beginning where you're like, well, the riot's over like water distribution or whatever, but they don't really like that's kind of like everything is lip service, right? Like the riot is set dressing and then the water thing is like kind of touched on, but not really. Like,
There's
how about you
graffiti in the parking lot where the getaway car is that says like
how about
free agua or something on it.
how
That
about you
yeah.
stop the
I
movie and
thought
go into that?
I thought LA figured out their water crisis in Chinatown.
Hell yeah,
Oh my
great
God, you
movie.
were paying attention to that.
Barely.
Forget it, Sterling K. Brown. It's Hotel Artemis.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I can't give it a six because I again like I think that's why I fell asleep after the movie because I was just like, I'm never gonna remember this. This is just gonna wash away. Does anybody have a pick for next week? I have two ideas, but I
Did
don't
Nate
know.
did Nate go yet?
I don't think Nate's
I
gone
don't
yet.
think I've gone yet, but
So
I
why are
didn't
you
have a pick.
introducing?
I don't
No,
remember. I don't remember
did you give your
orders.
review?
Oh, Nate hasn't gone yet. Oh, I'm
Oh no, I
sorry.
did. I gave my review.
He
I
went.
said
Yeah,
six. Yeah,
no, he
Oh,
gave us.
we're
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
never
Nate,
mind. I
do
just
you
had
have
a
a pick?
stroke.
I
That's all
mean,
right. I have them every week.
I could go with Goldblum and just do something that'll be fun to watch and say we should watch The Fly.
That's what I was gonna pick.
Great.
Okay, well
Let's do
that's
The
settled
Fly.
it. We're watching
I
Death
will-
Wish.
I will throw this out there though, because it was my other idea, but it's a little long. It's the only reason I didn't want to go for it. We've been talking about Sterling K. Brown all episode. There's a movie that came out a couple years ago called Waves that's fantastic.
Oh, that is good. Yeah.
And like it's one of those movies that like came and went, and I don't feel like anybody watched it, but it's so fucking good.
I
And
thought
it's
you said you hated it.
No, I loved Waves.
Huh.
It's
then.
it's written or it's directed by that guy Trey Edward Schultz that made The Night Comes for Us, which I
Hell
also
yeah, that
really
movie
like.
rules.
Yeah, so I highly recommend Waves. It's a movie about like this like how did I describe it? It's like about this
He's
this black
he's a high school
family.
wrestler kid that like he's
Well, it's
gonna have
yeah.
a wrestling career, but then he gets hurt and it ruins
Well,
everything, and then the family kind of falls
yeah.
apart.
The movie starts one. It's like a generational family drama. There, that's the best way I
The
can describe
waves
it.
are emotional of the emotional
Yeah,
variety.
it's such a good movie. Sterling K. Brown is he should have won a fucking how that movie didn't win any Oscars or get any kind of Oscar buzz is beyond me because everyone is good in it.
Is there a white person that learns that racism is bad in the movie?
I feel like Lucas Hedges does. Isn't he one of the
yeah.
wrestling teammate guys?
Yeah.
Oh well, shit. Then
kinda.
never mind. It should have
Also-
won one because that's typically how that works.
And it's also directed by a white person, which I don't
Gross.
know. Yeah, exactly. No more white people. I agree. But anyway,
They've
all right.
done enough.
The Fly. That's cool. Yeah, that was my second pick because I haven't watched that movie since I was a kid, and I had to turn it off when the arm wrestling scene.
And that leaves the door open for Cutthroat Island after that.
Oh my god, hell
Or
yeah!
we can
Or
finally
Long Kiss
watch
Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
After
That would be the better
Somebody
choice.
wants to pick that.
Am I crazy? Wasn't Goldblum married to her for
Yeah.
a period? Yeah, I thought that's yeah. And
They're
her
both
being
very tall.
I cannot
Very
think of
tall babies.
Gina Davis. Gina
Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
got-
If
Olympic archer Gina Davis.
we can pick Beetlejuice. Ooh,
Oh yeah.
that would be fun. I haven't seen Beetlejuice. When's the last time any of you all watched Beetlejuice 1?
Yeah.
like a year ago.
Really? I haven't seen it in so
Yeah,
long.
did you watch? You
It's-
watched it when the sequel came
Oh,
out, right?
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite movies as a kid. You kids these days don't realize how when you only had 5 movies, 5 VHS tapes at your house, you watched the movie over and over and over again. Beetlejuice was that movie for me. I had it in an Errol's rental box. Anybody?
Jesus. Got the
John-
clamshell.
John, a big red clamshell box. All right, next week.
The most
Fly.
satisfying thing in the world was snapping and unsnapping those fucking boxes.
Oh no! I didn't even have the clamp. They had the slip case. Do you remember those?
Shit. Yeah,
The
Oh,
yeah.
big red
Mhm.
slip case. Yeah. Have we watched any Cronenberg on the show? We do Videodrome? I feel like we might have. No,
No,
maybe
we did
talked about it.
Scanners. I thought because Gogs couldn't get past that. They put that model or that artist in as the lead.
I don't think we watched Scanners either.
Oh, we
Gogs hates Scanners famously.
Did we
which
watch?
is-
I know it's his son, but did we watch Possessor or did we all just watch that separately?
No, there's no way we put that on the show because Alec would have quit the show if we watched that eyeball scene in that movie. He would have just turned it off. All right. So The Fly, David Cronenberg's The Fly. I'm excited to watch this. I love that. I remember really liking that movie.
Well, I'll bring bags
Yeah.
of sugar to the show.
Prepare to be grossed out. Don't eat for a
That's
while.
fucking gross.
The movie is fucking disgusting. All right, fellas. All right,
boys.
audience. You know what to do. Eat your own ass and get on that Christmas list. I have a public Amazon wish list. You can jump on and buy me shit.
Okay.
All right, bye,
All right, boys.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.